We are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 135, and I'm joined by not one, but two very special guests here. They are the King of Scott, KJ Mack, and Dave Rivera, collectively known as the Scotaricans. What's going on, guys? What's up?
What's going on, boss?
Glad to have you guys here. Glad to have you guys. And I guess before we even get into anything, I should say congratulations and happy anniversary. The 1 year anniversary here of the Scotaricans. When I saw the promo yesterday, I was like, perfect timing.
I was picking up some flowers and I forgot.
Damn. I get my hair cut all nice and stuff. Okay.
I got my hair braided for him too.
There you go. I got my hair cut today too, so there we go. It's a good occasion. It all worked out.
It works out.
Oh no. But hey, again, I'm glad to have you guys on. We have lots to talk about. But KJ's been on the podcast. So Dave, I have to ask you this question, to ask everyone that comes on. You heard the name of the podcast. It's called Respect the Craft. So when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
The art form. What it is as far as what wrestling is presented and how it's portrayed. So when I think of craft, I think of art. And wrestling is its own unique form of art. And it's how you paint it, what canvas you put it on, and how you draw it, and how you depict it. So that's what I think about it when I hear the word craft. And
Gotcha.
It's a wrestling.
Gotcha, definitely. So now let's talk a little bit about that, because again, it is the official. It's the 1 year anniversary here. It's funny. Dave posted this picture, and I was looking for what's the earliest picture I can find of you two.
That's it.
And I was like, okay, there we go. We're looking at the same picture there.
That's it.
So for you guys, what does that mean to now officially? It's been a whole year now as a unit. How are you guys feeling and going into this next year? Where are we looking at here?
It's kind of wild that it's been a year, to be honest.
Feels a lot longer.
Yeah, like it's just, it's something. It's just become like, I don't know, like it's just been a lot of fun, and we've got into the process now of like we're showing up to work. Like that's like what if we are on the card, we're showing up. It's like, oh yeah, we can do this thing. We're going to do this thing. We'll do that. Then we can do that thing that we tried last time, and it just is easy now. Those like kind of first couple of times, it was a lot of kind of figuring things out. But then we had our match with Main Event back in September. And I think from there it's just gone like skyrocketed, because they taught us so much about like tag team psychology and how to piece that together, how to make things look good, how to make things make sense. And since then, everything's just been easy. We were able to come in and go, right, so we're going to do this, and this. You just slot your things in here and here. And then that's how it goes.
Gotcha. Dave, for you?
Yeah, it's been an experience, because when I first started wrestling, I was singles mostly, and then just coming into the Fallout training and just goofing around with KJ. Literally, the Scotaricans became the Scotaricans solely because it was a rib. We were just making fun of the fact that we were both in the corner just watching other people train. And I literally just go, me and you, and we tag, we're just going to call ourselves the Scotaricans. It was literally, that's how it started. So I went and I told Joe, like as a joke. Then later on that day, he tweeted on the Battle Club Pro Twitter, and he literally put a Scottish flag and a Puerto Rican flag and a thinking emoji. And that was it. He didn't even tell us he was doing it. He just posted it. And then before you know it, he has us doing practice matches, just filling each other out, and it's me understanding how he works, him understanding how I work, and also understanding our accents, because it's very difficult at first to understand what the hell KJ was saying. But I think if anybody understands KJ now, it's me. So when he talks, I literally understand everything he says. Then I sometimes when he's talking to the other students or other people on the show, he legit will say something, they'll go, huh? And then I'll explain it to them. Because I understand, I speak KJ.
Gotcha. So that is when KJ told me the story too. It's insane to think all of this just started like that. Like you said, it was just a joke. It was something like, yeah, let's just do this. And then now it's a year later, and just what you guys have done, and the likes of who you've been facing, and it continues tomorrow night. And oh no, we got the interference already. Hey, what's up, brother? Shout out to Money Morales. But that is insane to see what you guys have done in that year, and then again, word continues to go now. So,
Yeah.
But here we go. We also got shout out to our good friends at the Knucklehead Network. I want to say it's my boy Toes saying he's excited to see you guys tomorrow. So there you go.
Love those guys.
There you go. There you go. So now let's start getting into this here for you guys. Being you both were doing the singles thing first. How was that for you? That feeling of, you know what, this might be a different avenue to make something work. Because both of you, I believe, you had your prior trainings before even going to the Fallout as well. So how was that for you now? Whole new element, and then another element getting into tag team scene. Hey, look at that. My hermano, what's up, brother? See, to get Hoki on the channel, I still have to go there, though. That's exclusive. We have to have an in-person podcast, so we'll make it happen. But let's okay.
You want to lead off on that one?
You start off on.
He just lets KJ get all the heat first.
My story is a lot more long-winded than his.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like I've been on here before, and you kind of know how I started. But I hadn't actually worked a match because of the pandemic till I moved here. I moved over here. I was in that first Fallout showcase match with Gamble. And then I went on, I worked double duty on a We Are Wrestling show. I worked El Traviador in the pre-show, and then I worked Big Game Leroy for the Social Media Championship on the main card. And then from then, so that was like December, and then my next match was with Dave at Welcome to New York. So since then it's been very much tag like first, and then like working VPW. That's where I get to kind of flex my muscles in terms of singles. But definitely with the Battle Club X stuff coming up, I'm getting to experiment with both now, and really kind of hit my stride both in singles and in tag, and be able to strike that balance and find a bit more fluidity between the two.
Gotcha. Which, speaking of which, if everyone watching here, don't forget to check out Battle Club X, which is dropping, I believe, at the same time as this. So watch our interview first, then go check out Battle Club X after this.
Yeah.
So, but also here we go. Before we get to Dave's answer here, we got Knucklehead saying, "Love y'all too. I need help." Oh no, I don't even want to read the rest of this comment. He says, "I need help. I'm trying to get someone to put Ray and Show through a table." Why do I got to go through a table here?
Like
me and KJ are in a stable. He's not going to want to put me through a table.
I got you your promotion and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, like, there's just no need for it. Like, I mean, we've got a cool little merch table for tomorrow, but like I don't think I'm going through it.
Yeah, we don't need that.
I don't think it's possible for anybody. That table we have for tomorrow is worse than the Japanese tables.
Yeah, so let's not do that again. We're going to talk about our stable in a little bit, but now, Dave, so let's get to your story here. So what was for you that prior training and then getting to the Fallout here?
So I originally started in Gleason's under Johnny. I started about 2009, give or take. Right around the time of WrestleMania 24, when Ric Flair retired, is when I decided I'm gonna try this wacky world of professional wrestling. And I was there for about 2 years, mostly singles. I've had matches with Reggae Dones, Pedro Dones. I've had a few matches with Chris Romano, Prince Atiba, a few of those guys. And then my daughter was born, and I had to just step back because I wanted to be a father and focus on my kids. And then I had another daughter, so it was just like, all right, well, I'm going to do this dad thing for a little bit and see how that pans out. And I was mostly the dad thing and the husband thing. And then I was no longer a husband. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to figure out what's my next step. And I've known Joe Kim for, I want to say, for about 6 or 7 years. And we met on a Facebook group, like just a Facebook status that one of my friends had put up. And I commented, and me and Joe Kim just went back and forth arguing about Ryback. Legit, that's what happened. We were arguing about Ryback, and because he was a big CM Punk fan. Don't let don't tell him I told him.
I was gonna
And
say, don't get
I
Joe
was
that
just,
heat right now.
I was legit just trolling him.
Yeah.
And then I was friends with the first owner of Battle Club, Carlos.
Oh yeah, shout out to Carlos.
We've been through middle school and high school together, so I've known Carlos for years. And then when Joe Kim took over Battle Club, I was still friends with him, and we just kept in touch. We kept, sharing memes and all the other good stuff. And when he opened the Fallout, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what this is about. And then when I started seeing who's the coaches, I saw Steve Pena, and Pena might have started like a few months after me. And then I saw Santi, and then I knew Masha because of the Johnny Rods and when she started off over there. So I was just like, you know what, this looks interesting. And then I went the first day. First day I almost died, just because ring rust, get destroyed, and there's nothing you can do. And then the second day, Santana came in as a guest trainer, and he blew everybody up, just destroyed us. We had people throwing up at the old Fallout shelter. And then that's when I told Joe I'm in. And for the most part, I've been just working the tag team matches. And then last summer that just passed, I worked a few singles because this guy, decided to leave me. He had to go handle some family business. And so, I did a couple of the singles matches and stuff like that, which was fun. But yeah, I like the tag team aspect, and because it's less, it's more psychology than people think, because it has to make sense, right? Wrestling could be all glitz and glamours and flips and all that other stuff, but if it doesn't make sense, that's all you're going to be is glitz and glamour. You got to make sense when you wrestle, and that's something that I'm learning now, and I learned from trainers like Santi and Pena and Mike, Masha, Kira, Ahmed. How many? Goddamn, we got too many.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a few
so many
more.
goddamn
I think there's like
Is that 8 now, right?
There's 8, and then the 3 of us,
And then the 3 captains.
Yeah. I was saying you guys are co-captains as well, so you guys are also passing down knowledge now and teaching the youth here, that next generation. So I do have to ask you that, with that time that you did take in between, what got you to want to come back into wrestling? Because it's one thing to step away, again, proper responsibilities, want to take that, but then to want to step back in, what was it that just made you think, you know what, I still want to do this. This is still a dream of mine. This is still that passion that I have here.
Well, there's always that saying, when your parents tell you can be anything you want to be, right? Right. As long as you put your mind to it, the effort, the work, you do the work, you'll get where you want to be.
Yeah.
And I see my daughters growing up, and I think to myself, if they ask me, what did you want to be when you get older? When you was old and you was younger and you wanted to be older, like, what did you want to be? And if I would have said a wrestler, and they were like, well, why don't you wrestle anymore? I would have been like, I don't know. And I didn't want that. Right? I wanted to lead by example and let my daughters know I followed out my dreams. Because I went to school for criminal justice. And I was literally sitting in there reading criminal law. And I was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. And I was literally, what the fuck am I going to do?
No.
Can I curse here? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's fine.
I speak a little French. I'm Puerto Rican and French. So yes.
It's all good. This is it's a New York podcast. It's all good.
I was like, what I want to, like, I have to do something, right?
Yep.
So I was looking, thinking, and then I just looked up, and Monday Night Raw happened to be on. So I was like, all right, this got to be something. So I closed the book, went on the computer, logged onto my AOL, and I just aged myself. KJ doesn't know what AOL is.
I was gonna say I feel like he might not because he didn't.
Remember those discs you can get in the mail, the AOL 7.0. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He doesn't know anything about this. I know.
MSN's the first thing I remember.
MSN, Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly.
See, I feel like me and KJ are on the same age, but I know what you're talking about.
Pretty sure somebody will comment saying they had the AOL disc that was left in it. I know that for sure. I'm not that old, but I know.
Oh man.
And yeah, so I logged on and I was just looking for schools, and I was like, I have to do this. So to go back to what I said before, you know, I wanted my daughters to see me wrestle, right? I wanted to see them, you know, dad do something that he really loved. And then it gives them the mindset that if dad can do it at this age, then there's no time frame for them to do what they want to do, as long as they try their hardest. I never wanted to go on into my 40s thinking, what if? So that's why I wanted to go back.
All right, there you go. That's a great reason right there. And here we go. Let's go to the comments a little bit. We got our good friends Wes and Kyle showing love there. Much support from them. We got Chris Barton saying the boys. There you go. He's all the way in Canada right now too, and he's watching.
Let's talk about Chris Barton for a quick second. How beautiful is that man's hair? We have arguments about whose hair is better, but Barton's got the cake. Especially house music, like a real Puerto Rican. You need to come out to house music.
Coming out to Calvin Harris.
That's not.
That is not house music.
That's
no.
What do you mean by music?
No? See, that's the age. The age is messing up everything. Bro.
You know what it is? We got to teach KJ some more Puerto Rican ways. He's missing it there.
Yeah. I'm gonna take him to the Bronx tomorrow.
I'm just gonna.
like KJ's gonna be in Brooklyn tomorrow. This is the right area to learn about some good house music, but we'll talk about that off the air. Here we go. We got Smiley in the chat as well saying good evening.
Smiley.
There you go. And then we're talking about coaches. Here we go. We got the Inner City King himself saying my guys
coach.
there.
My favorite coach.
Don't let Mike Law hear you. I think Mike Law's in the building too, so you might not.
Not mine. He just keeps posting stuff of him kicking my ass.
that was the promo. Darius saw it. Darius commented on it. Darius felt bad. He didn't like that.
They cut out the 10 minutes where he was blowing up and I was kicking his. The end of that sparring session ended in him tapping out. I'm just saying.
There you go. See? Here we go. Toe says he remembers the disc. So there you go. Someone remembers, Dave. Someone remembers.
That did not say discs.
Something else.
We're going back. No. Oh, Jesus. Damn it, Toe.
This is when you say pause.
We got to teach it the New York way. See, I made sure I said it the right way, but apparently he can't type the right way.
You said it the right way. It just looked, when it popped up on the screen, it looked completely different. Because it looked way so fast that
I made sure to take it off quick, but KJ saw it instantly that it did not say discs.
Spider Cousins here through the week is the AO and all that.
Again, you never know what to expect at the Fallout shelter.
You never know.
Spider Cuz.
I know. I missed one day because my shoulders were sunburned and Batman and Spider-Man turned up. I said.
I didn't even know Spider-Man was in my hood. Like that legit happened to block up.
Wrestling.
What is
wrestling?
That is wrestling.
That's exactly what wrestling is. Let's talk about some wrestling. Let's talk about tomorrow that you guys are going to be in action. The match being sponsored by our lovely friends at GG for the win here. It's going to be you guys versus Prolific. But before we even get to that, I want to put this up as well. Because Dave, you posted this list a while ago about matches you guys wanted to have.
Yep.
And the main event's already been there. We see now Prolific was also on that list. So tomorrow we finally get that matchup. So talk us through your guys' mindset right now going into that tomorrow.
So you also forgot we also worked Uptown Boys as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That happened recently as well.
Jared Diaz,
the famous Chunkla.
The rules match.
Well, KJ, people are still not happy that you brought in not a chancla. That was not a chancla.
Look, they told me it was like rubber flip-flops, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I was just running here. I got told the rules last minute. I was like, right, what's this store selling? They had Crocs. And you know what? I was just giving tribute to my hero, Steve Irwin.
There you go.
Okay, see, you know what? Then and now it's forgiven.
in his defense, we had a Vicks Jidbit on top of it, so that's technically.
Yep.
'cause
That blesses it. That's it. It had the Vicks. That's it.
Yeah.
That works. It's an
Vicks.
unofficial chunkla.
And it had avocado on the side and the other one, so we're good. And that's straight Spanish. That's a chancla right there.
That's it. It can't get any more chancla than that. So
it's a gentrified chancla.
So you go from that match, which again, just the madness of all of that with the chanclas, with Jordy getting involved, to now the match tomorrow with Prolific, which I can only imagine is going to be even crazier because now you have to add the possibility of Jordy there with you guys. Then Prolific doesn't run alone. You have to add Tyree Taylor in there, Big Baby in there, and Ruthless Lala always around. So
she's always around.
What are you guys going in mindset-wise for tomorrow?
I mean, like, it's pretty cut and dry for us. We're showing up. We're going to kick ass. We're going to put ourselves up those power rankings towards the tag titles. We're one step closer to Federated. That's all we want.
That's the goal.
Like, Prolific are, at this point, a stepping stone, a learning lesson. That is, to us, that's what this is. Because it doesn't matter what happens, who we face, what the match is, where it is. It could be against, I don't know, it could be against the Shield on the moon. I don't care. They are stepping stones to Federated. That is all we want right now, is to end Federated.
So if you see that list that I put out, right, on that list, right, we had our first match with Main Event. We had our first match with Prolific, and we had our first match with Fight or Die, right? It was a fatal four-way. We did not touch Prolific, and we did not touch Main Event. We had our match with pretty much Fight or Die, which, obviously we didn't win, but that was the baby steps that we had to take to get to where we're at now. And the reason why I put Prolific on that list is because we didn't touch them. Mm-hmm. We didn't fight. And in order for us to prove that we're the best tag team in Battle Club, we got to go through Prolific. We got to go through Main Event again. We got to go through all those guys on that list. Fortunately, RIP, Jay Briscoe, he's gone. So that is not possible. Huh? No. We're doing a podcast, bro. This is like very unprofessional.
We're getting emotional.
Also,
we're having tributes out and
buy your
stuff.
tickets tomorrow.
What's up, brother? He just wants to keep making appearances. That's it.
We got to end with the Booker.
Don't worry, no one's listening. No one's listening.
But yeah, so we Prolific. I put Prolific on the list because they are a great tag team.
Yeah.
But we're going to prove that we're just as great as them, if not better. And that's pretty much it. The rest of those people on the list, it's going to happen one way or another.
No.
I'm working on my passport, so those other two tag teams from the UK will come for you guys.
Yeah. Again, it's just a wait and see there.
It's just a wait and see.
So it's one of those. So now let's get into this here. Let's talk a little bit about something that I know KJ knows very well about, because we finally got some respect over at Victory Pro Wrestling. They made a graphic for us, KJ. Mm-hmm. We don't have to do it alone.
I know some people that do graphics. I'm just saying.
Well, we do as well, because we had to make this lovely for ourselves. We already have a Kane Industries graphic, but we did have to. Fortunately, me and KJ were banned from the building. We couldn't be there this past weekend. If not, we would have been able to smell a snake in the building. So now that he's finally out of the group here, we're done. Maybe this needs to happen.
Hey, it's a beautiful image. If you ask me.
Maybe this needs to be a thing here.
To me, you look at that, and in that graphic, you're only missing one piece. And then you have a totally complete faction that will completely take over VPW. You can have the tag titles, the world title, the state title, and the women's title. I think we're just missing one more piece. I think we bring in this man, Tag titles are on lock. That's done. That's finished.
Seems about right.
Then we just need a female member, and Kane Industries is fully set to totally take over VPW.
I think I know a person. We can talk
yeah, for sure.
I think I know a person.
I think I know you guys are talking about. Maybe I have to redo the graphic one more time. Maybe I'll make sure to send a new copy later tonight for approval.
For sure. It's gonna be a bit chaotic, but
hey, you never know. You never know. But no, again, hopefully we could work something out because we do need some new blood in Kane Industries after. We should have seen it coming, KJ. Like we should have seen Percy just not want to join us there.
We saw the cracks there early on, and it seems to be that, to me, I mean, call me Solo Mack, KJ Sakoa, you were missing your enforcer and someone stepped out of line and it got dealt with. So, I mean, I won't let anything like that happen under my watch again once I'm back, but he was very clever. He waited till I wasn't there. And little did he know that Gangon was going to kick his ass.
Hey, this is why he's called Dr. Sleep for a reason.
That's the Puerto Rican mentality I'm teaching.
That's what we need. Again, we might need some more Puerto Ricans in there. We need some more Spanish flair in the group as well. So
I'll bring back the Leos, bro. I got you. I got the hookup too.
That's what you need. You always need that one guy that's like, yo, I got you. I got the hookup.
I got for everything.
I got that one guy over here. Like, it's okay. We got you. So now, again, let's talk about this because I can imagine you guys also enjoyed something I posted a while back, which were these two right here. So we'll show one and we'll show two. So you guys are officially in 2K now, at least. So someone had to make the customs. With KJ, we tried the best we could here because 2K still limited as ever. We could not get the new tights fully done the right way, but we tried there.
It is what it is.
Because KJ knows my hatred for this game right now with the amount of glitches that we still get for a new game.
Oh man,
I'm
not that bad.
But I'm not even joking. I was doing what the hell was I doing? WrestleMania, but building up to it, Universe Mode, WrestleMania. Tag team main event. Don't ask me how this happened, but tag team main event for the titles. It was DX against Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Don't know how it happened, but Triple H did a spine buster on the outside of the ring in the same zip code as the announce table. Like it wasn't even close. Like it was closer to the ring steps than the announce table. Shanky lands and the table just explodes and the match ends. Like it was so far away, and I was like, I screen captured the clip because the PlayStation 5 it records the like audio as well. So you just hear me go, what just happened? Me just absolutely having like a malfunction just because this table exploded from like half a mile away.
See, like that at least that's something where at least it doesn't damage the game or what you're doing. I've had to deal with, especially to make customs, the amount of just errors that even when I was making you guys, I was texting KJ. So I had your gear right, and then just Gabe said, "Nah, we're done."
Honestly, it took me weeks to start my rise because every time I try and like create me, done, kaput, done. It didn't like that I was using custom logos. I found that was the issue. You had to do it one single.
Yeah, you legit had to save every time. Like to add logos, it was
all the way back out to the main menu, all the way back in, add one more piece, all the way back out, all the way back in. It was a nightmare. But then making the female one because I just used like the general logos that are already in the game. No issues. It just seems to be when you're using custom logos, it just doesn't like it.
So I'm aging myself here. I don't play the game because I just don't have time for it.
Yeah.
I literally have no time, so it makes no sense to buy a PlayStation. But even then, I hated creating characters. Like it was not fun.
No.
When they had the story mode where you had to create the character when they first started doing where you go through NXT and stuff. I was playing a few years back. I couldn't do it. I just got annoyed by it.
Yeah.
I'll play a Randy Orton and just go through the whole story most of it. Like that's just my.
That's what we should just be doing. But it's like now it's like now you want to make customs.
Performance center and all this other shit, and you got to do make-a-wish. Just too much. It's too much. You don't need to do all that.
No, but to be fair, like I know
do,
that.
wait, do they have Make-A-Wish in there? I'm sorry.
No.
I don't think they do. Hey, that might be a part of John Cena's next time. They'll be like, "Yep, just make the entrance with Make-A-Wish."
Yo, what if a Make-A-Wish kid wanted to be in the game? Like as a,
they technically would have to do that. Like that.
I mean,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go back to the comments.
I see a lot of cancelled on that one.
We're gonna go to Anthony Gamble saying future
other
champions right there.
Let's go.
There we go.
I wish. Hold on. I need to see if I can get the picture for the first time in like months.
Oh no, we're gonna post it tomorrow.
We're gonna post it tomorrow.
Yeah, right. we have actual footage, a picture of all three captains together.
There you go.
Under one roof.
It could finally be posted. It could finally be taken as well tomorrow because all three of you guys will be there.
We'll do professional photos too.
There you go.
Take the prom photos.
We did proper promo photos.
We did prom photos, which was pretty good.
But here we go. Now we got some call outs here. Smiley saying, "I want to fight the Scotaricans," and then Trixie herself is saying, "Get you a third. We need some fresh meat at Pro Wrestling Magic after we win those trio
we
titles."
have a third.
Have a third with
Jordy Ethel Lee.
And then if
Jordy Lee can do it,
if she's not feeling like it, if she's not available that day,
I have a body double.
Captain number 3.
I have a body double
too.
There's a guy here that looks just like me.
Yeah, it's.
But he's also a great wrestler as well.
Yeah,
Lander Hernandez.
Yeah,
he's in a tag team with Bam Collins, Bam Caesar.
Caesar
Bambino.
Caesar Bambino. Sorry,
bro.
I love you.
Just giving out all the shoots. It's like no.
There's the Golden Glovers. They're the Golden Glovers. They're up and coming tag team, which they'll get to the point where they're booked on a regular. And
for sure.
So,
no, they're definitely doing good. They're going to be on the podcast soon. I'm going to try to get these guys. I want to talk to them about how they're upcoming so far.
Oh, sure.
If they don't put us over, don't even post the podcast. Just,
I do want to make it clear that last time we were in the ring with members of Project Mayhem, we got our first win as this pairing of the Scotaricans. Just want to make that.
Just throw it out there.
Just put that out there. If Steve Off is looking at this, and he needs people to like take those off of Project Mayhem, do him a favor. We're available
for you guys.
Well, you guys are going to be facing tomorrow the current trios champions, so maybe that's double the making right there, and that statement for Steve Off if he is watching.
Also, Tyree is also another Gleason's guy. What's that? I met Tyree. He first started. He started like maybe a few months, a year after me. Another great guy, another great human being. And me coming back to wrestling, I had told him I was coming back, and he's like, "Are you ready?" Yeah, I'm ready. He's like, "Yeah, because this shit is not fun anymore. It's a grind."
No.
And I'm here for the grind. That's why I'm here training all the time because, So shout out to Tyree. He's one of my boys.
There you go. We got Silky. We got Silky in the chat saying, "I kind of want to manage the Scotaricans." Silky, you missed it. We were talking about this earlier. We might need to make this happen. We might have to add someone to the fold here.
Silky, under one condition, right? You have to wear a Puerto Rican shirt, what we call a guayabera. Right? You got to have the guayabera. You can't wear the jacket. You can wear the hat, but you got to wear the guayabera.
I feel like Silky could pull it off. I feel like he might be able to pull it off.
It's got to be guayabera, and you got to have a gold chain. Just a regular gold chain. And, show off the taco meat, and you're good. That's the only way I can allow that.
Well, this is also why we have an apprentice. So maybe we'll switch off. Maybe I'll be the one that does this. So Silky could manage the boss man, and maybe I'll have to come out with you guys. We'll see how we make this work.
I'll find you a guayabera.
So there we go. And here we go. Anthony Gamble saying he'll team with you guys any day. There you go. There's the third.
So that's the third.
The captain.
He could take all the smiley spots. You can't flip like that.
And here we go. We got Sammy Chaos in the chat saying, "So which is the one from Scotland here?"
Ooh,
I don't think people still know. I think people still confused Which one
We
is
leave
which?
that to interpretation. Right. I'll never say I'm Puerto Rican. He'll never say he's from Scotland. You just have to guess who we are.
You guys do both have accents, so it's hard to
It's
decipher
very
which.
and it's let's be realistic here. We look alike.
Yeah.
Right? So same accent. It's very difficult to differentiate the two. You know, it's sometimes we do twin magic, and you'd be surprised. What's so funny? I'm serious.
For sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's get with the program. You messed up by putting me on this podcast. I'm a hot mess.
Hey, this is what we want here. We want the entertainment here. And Silky's saying, "There you go. I can pull it off.
Hey.
There you go. There you go. He can pull off the." So let's see. KJ's obviously from Brooklyn. Of course, he already has the look for it. That's it. KJ's ready to be from Brooklyn now. He just got to learn what house music is, though. He doesn't know what good house music is yet. So.
I don't get it. Maybe it's called something different where I'm from, but house music to me is like DJs.
Well, so he's kind of not wrong, but it's like that's not the house music that we talk about.
House music
It's more EDM.
I don't know, but along those lines,
I'll play some house music when we're done with this.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut off.
Yeah, let's not get us unfortunately copyrighted because YouTube's not a fan of any good music here. So let's
the intro for this. That's house.
No, that is not house. That's more like an EDM style.
It's okay. He wasn't even around when we had dial-up internet. It's
You have to call for your internet.
yes, we had to call for an internet. Okay, and then when somebody called in the middle of the internet, it would get cut off. So if you're on a chat room talking to random women across the world, it would cut you off.
I don't know. I was like, fuck yeah.
And this is where we start seeing the breakup here of the Scotaricans, unfortunately. Learning about dial-up internet. It's just like Anthony Gamble saying KJ is a Joe rapper. His album drops.
No. Me and Ethan Tracy are collabing on a Tottenham album.
That's what we need now. Is just the KJ Mack album there. There you go. So we talked about teams, you guys. Let's get back to wrestling here a little bit. We talked about teams you guys want to face, and especially about that list. But now let's talk about some places you guys want to make your statement in. We talked about VPW, but is there anywhere else that you guys want to bring the Scotaricans to in this 2023?
I want to go to Scotland.
Everywhere. Yeah, that works.
I want to go to Scotland.
Yeah.
And I want to wrestle in Puerto Rico. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
You know,
right? I want to wrestle across the East Coast, different states, different programs, different promotions, just to show that we're a tag team and we can go. But also, like he said, everywhere. Wherever we can get booked, I'll be there.
I'm gonna be like Thanos, just collecting.
Yes,
like,
we can make the
titles.
stones.
Hey, what a way to show, if not just by at least starting with those Battle Club Tag Team Championships, which again, a win tomorrow, it gets that momentum going. I can imagine you guys are gonna be.
And I got something better than the Thanos glove, right? I'm very good with creating things, right? A golden crock.
A golden crock
with the stones. I'm just saying, crock.
I don't know if that's gonna be liked though. Again,
Crocs
you guys
call me.
You guys saw how the crowd reacted to the croc the last time.
Yeah,
I will wrestle in Crocs if I get sponsored by Crocs.
Got all the little holes you can put them in like Super Bowl rings and put them in the holes. Yeah.
It is a good idea, but again, I don't know if the crowd is gonna be fans of it. Like you saw the wrestling club was not a fan of the Crocs the last time.
The wrestling club is.
That's because Matt cheated, okay?
Matt is.
He went out there with a wrestling club T-shirt on.
Yes, he did that on purpose. If Matt is here, he's probably working. But Matt, if you see this, you cheated. Even though we use Crocs, you cheated.
I know.
Well, hey, it was legal technically. I guess you by definition. It's in like that little
Yeah, but the rest of the
side
club
leather.
shirt wasn't legal. Like
Yeah.
he could have worn his Chancla style shirt,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everything would have been fine and dandy.
Like Jordy the Chancla Lee was perfectly legal.
That's it.
Oh, so that's what it was. 'Cause I was like, wait, I don't know if she was legal.
Referee Chancla Shin was legal.
That was legal.
He almost won that match, by the way, too.
He
Like,
did. He did. Like he could have won it single handedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have counted to 3 if Matt didn't kick out.
Yeah.
I would have.
It was so close too. It was like a 2.8, I want to say. So
sure.
got to watch that back on Title Match Wrestling Network. Where
Yes,
you guys can check out not only that show, you can check out the last show from last week, Women Crush Wednesday 3, and also you can check out tomorrow's
Amazing
show when it goes in the backlog there. Any up, which if you haven't already, go get your tickets. They'll be available tomorrow at the door. Front row, I believe, is sold out, but everything else is still up for grabs. So come through tomorrow to see not only that match, but so many more amazing matches, including you saw Gamble in the chat. He's going to be in a trios match, I believe. So
outdoor show.
yeah,
Outdoor.
we're outside. We're outside tomorrow.
And we're going to have merch. So if you want Scotaricans t-shirts, we're going to have them.
There you go. Go support the merch. Go buy some merch there. Get a lovely Scotaricans t-shirt there. So there you go. But let's get into this a little bit before I start wrapping this up with you guys, because I don't want to take up too much more of your time, because you guys are at the lovely Fallout shelter there. So I do want to bring that up for you guys. How does that feel now being captains and getting to teach the next generation of stars as well? Because while you guys are still very young in your careers, getting to help out with the next crop of talent as well. How has that been for you guys?
It's all about paying it forward. You know, we're taught by our coaches how to do things the right way, the proper way. Everybody's safe, it's effective, and it looks good, right? So when we do that and we learn from them, they're paying it forward to us. So it's only right that we pay it forward to the next crop of students. And a lot of these students are picking up fast, right? Some take a little longer, but you know, that comes with time. You know, Santi always says you don't become a wrestler in one day. You know, and that takes time and you know, patience. There's some days where we're doing the trainings and we're just doing blow-up drills because that's what we were taught. You know, you got to understand that what we learn and what you learn, it's the same thing, just different forms. You know?
Yeah, I think especially when you have your coaching staff be absolutely stacked the way that ours is, you're always running the risk of losing your coaches because they are absolute megastars. You've got Masha and Impact, Pena due to get a contract. Like how he's not got one already, don't know. Law popping up literally everywhere. Santi due a contract. Ahmed due a contract. Akira with MLW. Like when you've got such a stacked roster of coaches, you need to be prepared for what comes next after they inevitably move on. And it's nothing on them. They're going to go do their thing because they're awesome. And that's the thing. You've got to be, as much as you've got to pay it forward, you've also got to be single-minded. You've got to look out for number one. So when they inevitably move on, because they're going to, you need people that are going to step into the gap. So that's why they've named us captains, because they believe that we're the best people to be groomed to step into those spaces. It is a bit odd for me because I think as it stands, I'm the youngest person at Fallout. But with that, I started training at 19. I'm out to turn 23 in a few weeks.
But I would take to be 23.
Wait a second. I'm older than you?
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing.
Here goes me being the youngest member of Kane Industries now. I didn't even know that.
I call myself the old man of the group.
Yeah.
I'm like the father figure to him and Jordy because they're both in that 2000 born stage.
And this is why he did not know about AOL discs earlier. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay.
So, like, for me, like, it was initially a little weird when
Yep.
they made me a captain, because I was like, look, I'm the youngest person here, although I've got experience on a lot of people. Like, there is people that are more experienced than me and older than me, but they do still like hear my side of things, because I've learned on both sides of the Atlantic. I've learned from people who are like, I've learned from a current NXT tag team champion.
Yep.
I'm learning from here an future Impact Women's Champion. Like, it's that, like, expertise that's getting handed down to me from both sides of the water, where I'll often get called upon in class where if something's not quite working, being taught the American way, they'll throw it to me. They'll be like, hey, what do you think? How can we fix this? And like, we even had it, we had someone, even just with rolls, they were trying to do forward rolls, it wasn't quite working, their hips didn't have the flexibility, they couldn't get over. And they're like, what do you think? I was like, well, you could just tuck your leg like you would a shoulder roll. That's how I was taught them initially. And it's just those little things where it's like the slight differences in the UK that can actually help someone here, and how they're learning. Because sometimes, like I say it all the time, there's two metaphors. There's like, everyone's wrestling's a jigsaw, and you've just got to take the pieces that you get from different people and piece together what works for you. Or it's an ice cream sundae, you take the scoops that you like. You don't need to use it all. You just take the ones that you like and work for you. So being able to have that knowledge of how it works in the UK for people that want to work abroad, they want to work internationally, it's good to have that, like, little bit of, this is how it's done here, this is how it was taught at this school, this is how it was taught by this coach, but here's my perspective from the UK, this works for me, it may also work for you. So I think that played into me getting named as a captain, although maybe have less experience and I'm a bit younger than a lot of the people here. It was that knowledge that I've picked up back home that I was able to bring here and just pass on, because it's not my idea. I'm just passing on word for word what I've been given from Wolfgang, from BT Gunn, from Molly Spartan, from Stevie Boy. Like, these guys have said, this is how this works here. And those guys are doing pretty damn well for themselves. So
yeah, definitely. Again, and who's who right there. And it's insane, because I still tell you, and I've told you this even when we're in locker rooms, just a little bit of that jealousy of you got to have one-on-one training, which is almost unheard of when you think of, especially our training here. It's like, it's usually the class setting. Like, you'll get that, oh, it's a smaller group at times, but never that truly like one-on-one training. So even that helps with you having that understanding, because you got to get an even more in-depth learning there. And both of you getting to have that hybrid teaching almost, because you guys haven't just learned from one sole teacher, having that previous backgrounds with Dave, with Johnny Rods, and with you, with your teaching in Scotland. It gives you guys that impact now of, hey, we have different ways we can show you, and then blend it all to now you get those hybrid next generation stars.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because like the one-to-one stuff, like, I was doing that 2 hours 3 times a week for 18 months right through the pandemic. Like, that first, like, maybe 6 months was just me in the ring alone, Wolfie standing in the corner with a mask on, just shouting instructions, because legally no one was allowed in the ring with me. So I was just doing cardio, I was doing rolls, I was running the ropes, I was doing up and overs, I was shit cannon to the outside, I was taking bumps. Like, I was just doing it myself. I actually remember at one point, Tam, BT Gunn, he basically, like, when Vince wrestled God, he got me to do that. Yeah. He was like, I want you to, like, do this sequence. It's going to look like a match, but it's just going to be you.
Yeah, and then you're wrestling the Invisible Man, like we like to call it a lot.
Yeah.
So
and then after that, for like 2-3 months, it was me and the coach would be in the ring, and we'd lock up, and I learned training from them in ring. And then another couple of months passed, I was allowed a training partner. That's why Arcade Violence are on our list, because those guys, I was there from the beginning with those guys. I trained with them, I came up with them, and now they're killing it in ICW and Scotland. And I would like to think that we're killing it here. So I think that that's like one of my personal dream matches for sentimental reasons, because we started together. And I think that there's a really strong connection there already that would just cause for a banger match, because like those one-to-ones were like, it was, the value of those is irreplaceable. Like there's no way that you can transfer that. Like Leighton Buzzard, who's just been over here, has been in Canada doing super kicks and stuff with ICW Championship. He said to me one day, he was like, yo, you had 18 months of one-to-one 3 times a week for 2 hours each session. That's worth like 4 years worth of experience.
No, yeah, and it's like I told you then, it's like it's insane, it's insanity to hear something like that, because that's a lot more knowledge to get to pick up than a lot of us get in just a normal training session. Yeah. So again, that adds to it. That's a reason why I can imagine when the Fallout team was like, you know what, this definitely, it needs to be a captain right here. So. Yeah. But again, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, guys. So I have one final question I want to ask, and you can answer it as the Scotaricans, as individuals, as KJ and Dave. But for you guys, what is the end goal?
You can start that one.
Look, I think, listen, I've said it for a long time that I do other things that are probably a priority, but this is my passion project. This is what I love to do. I work hard and I love the stuff that I do elsewhere, but this is the thing that I do for fun, and that I can just really enjoy and be inventive and be creative with no restriction. So I think this is a ride that I just want to enjoy and see where it goes. If ultimately, if we were to get signed together, perfect. If I got signed, amazing. Like that's one of these things that it's not, and I'll probably get shit for it from people, but it's not what I'm driving towards. It's not the dream. It's what I would love to do, but it's not the dream. It's not the final destination. If anything, it is a route to the final destination, and it's something that I love with all my heart, in ring and out of ring, and I want to do for as long as possible. But it's something that I just want to enjoy the ride and see where it takes me.
Gotcha. Hey, again, like I said the first time we chatted, that is a great way to put it, because it's one of those where, hey, again, there is no true end goal with this, at least. So it's one of those where enjoy while it does last. That's amazing there.
So for me, I tend not to look at what the end game is.
Yep.
Because I take everything day by day. Right? So if the next day we're working and we just happen to be working and trying to get those tag team titles, and that's what I'm focusing on. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I wouldn't want to get signed. But, things happen, life happens. And one thing I've always said, and KJ knows this, I would choose my daughters over anything. So if it came to the point where I had to choose between them and wrestling, choosing my daughters. No question about it. But I know that my daughters would never want me to stop pursuing my dream, because they love seeing me wrestle. You can ask KJ. Sometimes they want to get in the ring. Shout out to Ham. My daughter loves Ham. My other daughter loves Spice Spiegel. So because they share a passion for Dr. Pepper. But yeah, so like ideally, I think I want to focus on getting these Battle Club Pro tag team titles, and then working on other promotions and getting those tag team titles. And like he said, if he gets signed before me, I'd be the first one to congratulate him. I'd probably cry for him. Vice versa, right? Even though there's a height discrepancy, he's like a little brother to me. We have yet to fight. We have yet to argue. We'll have disagreements, but that's something that we don't do is argue. We just share our perspectives on things, and I feel like the feeling, it's mutual across the board for both of us.
Yep.
So if he decides this wrestling thing is fun, but I have an opportunity to do something that I'm really, really passionate about, I'm not going to hold him back for that. He's his own individual. I'm my own individual, and I can still go about a singles career and focus on the singles career if that was to happen. But right now, at this moment, I don't see that happening because I think we have yet to touch our full potential.
Yep.
Remember, this is only a year in. We have, 9 matches under our belt? And we plan on having more and more memories and more moments. And I don't want that to end. But if it does end, then I'm not mad about it.
Again, this is, like you said, it's that year. I can't wait to see what happens in year 2 because, again, it started from something like this, and then we're going to tomorrow with like this right here. Can't wait to see what year 2 brings and what the future brings for you guys, and I'm happy to get to watch it. So thank you both again for joining me here. It's been a pleasure. To everyone watching, thank you so much for checking us out here. Don't forget to go follow the Scotaricans on both of their social media handles there. Go follow KJ on both of his. Go follow Dave on his socials right there. Also, don't forget, tomorrow it will be Annie Up live from Brooklyn here. Get your tickets at the door. You're going to see a stacked card. And again, it's outside. It's going to be a nice day, nice weather. And go support and buy some merch as well. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me here. And everyone watching, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.